Hey, it's Dave with Quad City Safety. You know, as we kind of look at when we have accidents and injuries, one of the ones that has typically the worst outcomes is how it when we look at lockout tagout. And lockout tagout is in thought it's really easy, but it's something that is often overlooked. And so when we look at, let's just kind of break it down just real quick. And we're going to look at some products just so that we can get in that thought process so that we can work through trying to get to a safer workplace. So lockout tagout is lockout. So when we're locking something out, basically, as you can see, we have taken this and we're trying to get things to a de-energized state. So again, when we say a de-energized state, it's not just electricity. It can be all kinds of energy in storage sources, whether it's hydraulics, pneumatics, you name it. There's a lot of different things that you really have to think through that drive machinery or have negative consequences. It's not just electric that we're always worried about. So, we have to move towards locking out, which means that we try to de-energize that. And one of the things that's often missed is, how do we test and make sure that that is de-energized? So we need to make sure that after we've locked out, we've tested that we've de-energized it. And then what we do is kind of a tag out. So again, we've locked this out, and now we said this, we've tagged this out, and this is just a generic tag that you'll see a lot. And basically all it's saying that this is locked out, do not operate. And a lot of times, it can be personal tags. So we can move into tags that represent people. So as we can see, this one by Accuform is done where we're identifying people. They can be modified to have company logos. Let's say that we're in a more complex situation where it's not just a real easy lockout tagout situation where there's controls or multiple people that can be involved. So we can customize these. Each one of these are even in different types of material. So we got ones that are fairly disposable. We can get ones that are like this permatag, which is one that's going to be UV resistance. It's going to respond to chemicals really well. It's got it's kind of the iron version of all these versus some of these that are more disposable. You can get these on a roll, to where we are dispensing. So again, when we look at the tag out can be identifying the person, processes, or things to specifically worry about. When we talk about locks, there's different types of locks. So it can be the length of the hasp, or the length of the shackle. It can be the body. Maybe we need something that's a little bit more beefier. Maybe we have a ton of different key concepts. So, for instance, this one with Brady has a ton of key concepts. And as you can see, it's a little bit different key. So it's not just your traditional pin and tumbler lockout. It can be the types of devices. So this, for instance, this one just fits on just a regular plug, or not a plug, but a regular light switch, versus one where we're just going old-fashioned with the old 6-hole guy. We can have, so for instance, we can have 6 guys, actually locking this out so that anybody that's got their life specifically on the line or is going to be in harm's way should be part of that lockout tagout. So again, we've worked through the fact that we need to de-energize. We need to make sure that we've locked that out so nobody can get in it. We've identified everybody that we want to make sure is safe. We've identified what's going on and who's involved. So when we look at lockout tagout, it sounds very easy, but it's something that, for instance, every day needs to kind of be reevaluated as we move machines or just production processes. Maybe it's even in construction where today's work site's not tomorrow's work site because of the dynamic, the dynamic nature of construction sites. So if lockout tagout is something that you'd like to kind of take a deeper dive into and look at devices and materials that may help you have a program or even start a program from scratch, don't hesitate to reach out to us at quadcitysafety.com.